So if you're involved in delivering grant-funded retrofit to owner-occupiers, then and sort of checking their eligibility for that, then you might want a dynamic eligibility checker. This is something that we embedded within the Greater Manchester Feel the Benefit website, and essentially householders are taken to the Get Funding page. They can read about it. There's a number of calls to action, but pretty much what they're doing is going in and putting in their postcode, find their address. So it says first, we'll ask you to answer some questions about yourself to match up with any available grants. So inputting the postcode. Again, do you own or rent your home? You have to, so they would be saying I own it. You select the address. And then we've set it up to ask relevant questions in order to understand whether they would qualify for the grant or not. So I'm going to say in this instance, so that we see all the options, that we don't get any of those benefits, that we don't have any of those conditions, but we do have a qualifying household income. So had I said that we had those benefits, then it would have just jumped straight through to this final page, which says you're a match for funding based on the answers you gave. We think you qualify for the Warm Homes Local Grant. So the next step would be to create an account and apply online, because then you'll be able to upload evidence straight away. So there's no back and forth chasing with the householder, but you need to be able to do it in a secure area, which is one of the reasons that they're asked to set up their account. So I'm going to go straight here and input a name and email and a phone number and request a verification code. If I go back to my, there we go, we've got a code come through. I can input into here. So put in a password, agree, and create the account. Now it's going to ask me again, just to confirm, pre-populated my address. And that I am an owner-occupier. And it's going to ask me, do I want to join this Warm Homes Local Grant program? I'm going to say yes. So this is now taking me into the portal. So I'm in a secure area. And it's saying, based on the information you've provided, you're eligible for this program, but we need you to provide evidence. So the requests for evidence and what needs to be provided can all be set up as part of setting up a program. And essentially this says that we need to provide proof of identity, address, ownership, income, and number of residents. And so it's as simple as then going through and uploading these elements of evidence. Obviously, I'm just going to use example documents here, just to do this as quickly as possible. So proof of address, proof of ownership, proof of income, and proof of number of residents. Then I have the chance to review. I can edit these documents if I want, and essentially I can now click apply. It says, thank you, my application is now going to be reviewed. So I can go through to my programs and I can see that I'm currently at the application stage. I can see potential improvements that might be available to me, and I can go and explore those if I want. I can look at case studies of other people who've had work done in my local area, depending on what's been set up relating to this particular program. And I can also go and explore more broadly my home profile, all of which we'll cover in another video.